I'm probably going to be done with this Friends with Matt stuff here unless something big happens. I've got like quite a bit of footage I need to edit and put together for you guys. I'm just going to put it out in like a longer video and then move on to other things because I don't know if anything's going to happen with this or what. But yeah, this post right here he made on his other account, which I guess he's trying to, it looks like he's been posting on his other account here. I guess he's trying to make the move over here because he's getting shamed on his other channel, would be my guess. He made this post here that's extremely alarming. He keeps saying words that I don't want to say right there. I don't want to say it out loud here on YouTube, but he's talking about that. He says it multiple times in this post. He's talking about, and he's talking, look, again, he keeps saying this. Hopefully you guys can read it because I'm not going to say it out loud, but that's alarming. So this dude needs to, someone, I don't know what to do, but someone needs to do something. Like, this guy needs to go to a mental hospital and speak with a doctor for sure, because he's being dangerous. I just wanted to go over these posts, and then I'll probably just edit this into my longer video. I'll throw in Matt's recent behavior. I got some clips of his recent behavior and things that he said, and then I have his members only video, which he says some things that I think his audience deserves to know. I didn't take this, I didn't pay for a membership and take this from him. When he was all messed up, he posted it, and it said members only, but it wasn't set to members only, it was public. So within like 10 minutes of him posting it, I screen recorded it and got a hold of it, so. But he says stuff his audience deserves to hear after watching him for all this time, and that's why I'm going to go over that video too. So I think that we should get into some more recent stuff. We've looked at his clips from the past, but let's look at how he's doing recently and see how his behavior compares to the past.
You guys want to hear my scary vision from God? It's a little scary. It's not that scary. But I had a little vision from God.
It's not enough.
Yes. Okay, sweet. Scary vision, go. Okay, thank you.
And watch his eyes.
The scary vision that God gave me is...
Dude, you are on opiates. Probably Xanax or something too. People don't act like this from weed.
God is offering the world 1,000 years of peace, and we have to accept the offer, but if we don't, then there won't be 1,000 years of peace. God is offering all of humanity, the whole world, 1,000 years of peace. But if we don't accept the offer, then we're not going to get it. That's what's so sad.
I want you to pay attention to the size of his pupils, as well as the sweat on his forehead and the way that he's breathing.
Tell me who to marry. I'll marry whoever you guys set me up with. We'll make a whole TV show out of it. It'll be awesome. When I come back to America with our teenage children, I'll run for president of the United States of America. If they're not surveilling the government in America already, when I become president of the United States, the first thing I'm going to do is start surveilling the government. AI surveillance on the government. And I will make sure that the politicians forever.
Look at his sweaty forehead. His pupils are almost so big you can't even see the color of his eyes. He's on speed or some kind of some kind of stimulant. And that also gives you manic thoughts and delusions. So that would explain that too.
always do what's best for the country and that it's constantly being broadcasted what they're doing, because life is miserable when you don't trust the...
Look at that. Look at his pupils. This dude is tweaked out of his mind.
People in charge. I hate going to work when I don't think the government has my back. That's the worst feeling ever. And I'm sure the government ever...
That's the worst feeling ever. That little gulp he does, that's when you're on stimulants. You're like so pumped up that you're like you can't catch a breath in the right way. Okay, now this one, he speaks about his past and how he interacts with females when he's under the influence and they're under the influence.
The lawsuit alleges a series of disturbing encounters. It claims that Peters brought Mendoza, then a minor, to his parents' home where she was served excessive amounts of alcohol until she was intoxicated. The complaint then alleges that Peters had non-consensual sexual encounters with her while she was unable to give consent.
Look at his face.
But the incident that would bring everything into public eye occurred.
He's saying, whoops, I do that. That's a face that says, whoops, I've done that.
Public eye occurred months later.
Yikes.
In November of 2025, during a live stream from Miami, Mendoza claims Peters invited her to his place for a streaming session.
Well, and I want to say right now with clavicular, for example, guys, when I was in my 20s,
Here I'm slurring.
I was way too handsy with girls. I didn't realize it. I actually got accused of rape several times, but they never followed through with it. That's because I didn't actually rape the girls.
Okay, normal men do not get accused of rape several times. You might have one crazy girl that tries to say it, but several times, that's not a normal thing for men.
Yeah, you can close that. Thanks. I didn't actually rape the girls, but the way I touched them, they felt like they...
I love that his roommate comes in right as he's talking about his past with rape.
Raped, I think. I was so forceful and didn't ask for permission and stuff like that. And with alcohol, you mix that in there, you are manipulating a girl to come be with you. You get her into a state where she's not really thinking for herself or thinking very clearly. And then you start hooking up with her and she's honestly just stuck there in a daze. And you think you've gotten permission from her when really she's just scared and half asleep and half drunk. And
that's date rape, bro. I don't think I've ever, no matter how messed up I've been, I have never, ever, ever touched a girl without 100% knowing that they were reciprocal of it. There was never any guess in my mind before I did something with a girl. Normally, actually, I think almost every time, I wait for the girl to be hugging up on me and touching me, you know? I never initiate that, and I think most guys should follow that. Especially with girls nowadays, you have to be careful. You make one wrong move and a girl can ruin your life.
It doesn't feel like moving because she's so wasted or something like that. And some guy's just going on her hard when in reality she just is wasted. And then you start to think, well, it's the girl's fault. She shouldn't have got that wasted or whatever. But I don't know, as a guy myself, it's like, well, why didn't someone just teach me not to do that? I don't understand why.
Okay, Matt, you were taught in kindergarten, you were taught in first grade, second grade, all through school, you're taught to keep your hands off of people. You should have been taught that when you were a child. No one should have to sit you down and be like, look, if a person doesn't want you to touch them, you shouldn't touch them. Isn't that obvious?
Why did I go touch girls the way I touched them? Why didn't someone teach me how to do it appropriately? You know what I mean? No one taught me.
I'll teach you right now, Matt. Never touch someone until they touch you first. You should just follow that rule. Stop trying to think that you can guess in your own head when it's right. New rule, never touch anyone unless they touch you. And they're above 18.
How to touch girls. So when I did it myself, I just went out there violently, alcoholically, with selfishness in my heart. And when you do it that way, it's disgusting. It's sick. It's disgusting. It's gross. That's probably what happened with these people, with Clav and this.
Okay, when I look back on my history when I was getting messed up, I don't look back and think I was a disgusting person, I was gross, other than the fact that I hooked up with people that I probably shouldn't have because I wouldn't normally hook up with them if I was sober. But it's never like, my behavior was so gross. Ugh. It's more like, oh God, that nasty bitch was so gross. Why'd I let her touch me? That's the only disgust I have.
Girl, she's probably having a good time and wanted to hang out, and then she got wasted. And here's the thing about alcohol and drugs, like, you get to a point where you'll just do whatever is being told to you because you're like out of it. You go into slumber mode, and someone could say, hey, can I have everything you own? And you'll be like, sure, whatever. Okay, so did you just get their permission? Or did you just talk to a wasted person who's wasted? It's kind of gross. It's something I want to admit and be transparent about and not be scared of or afraid. Because I've done a lot of bad things, and it scares me to think what I've done while drunk, because I like to think I remember what I did while drunk. I don't actually remember.
This is an issue that I have with Matt. He feels like that if he says what he's done bad, that absolves him of everything. That's not how it works. If I'm a serial life ender and I go out and I end someone's life, and then the next day I said, you guys, I want to admit something, I ended someone's life. And then the next day I go out and I end another person's life, and I come back and I say, you guys, it happened again, I ended someone's life. Thank you guys for absolving me for all my sins. That's not how it works. Just because you admit to something doesn't make it okay. That's not how you right the wrong. How you right the wrong is get your fucking ass into a detox, get the fuck out of that sober living home, go talk to a professional and get yourself dry, and then work on getting yourself clean after that. So it's what you need to do, Matt. You keep thinking that if you do live streams on the internet and admit every bad thing you've done, that you're absolved of your sins. That's a slap in the face to us. You tell us you do bad stuff and then keep going out and doing it and coming back and telling us you're doing bad stuff. Doesn't make it right. It makes us think that you are a freaking liar because you keep telling us that I feel so bad that I did this. I feel so bad. No. But then you don't do anything about it. So we have gained access to the inner circle. Matt posted a members only video the other day, but he forgot to make it members only. So let's check out what Matt's saying to his members only audience. So it's this video he did right here. Is Charlie Kirk alive? Did he really have kids? Now I screen recorded this because I knew that he forgot to make it members only, so sorry, Matt.
What's up, friends? This is Matt.
This feels so naughty. Like we're doing something bad. We're somewhere we shouldn't be.
From Friends with Matt. You already know that because this is a members only video. Thank you so much for being a member on my YouTube channel. Let me just first say that. Thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. So as a special thanks to all my members, what I'm going to start doing is making some members only videos. And it'll probably be where I make a post that I ask a question that anyone can respond to, and then the members only video will be me responding to those people's comments on that post. You know how it goes. So I'm going to answer the questions on the post. Okay. So I put a YouTube post out that said, please comment below any questions you have for me about absolutely anything, and I will answer them in my first ever question and answer video, which will be members only, but anyone can ask questions in the comments below. You can ask about my personal life or about anything related to my live streams and comedy skits. Ask about Erica Kirk or ask about anything. Just post your questions in the comments below. And remember, if you're reading this post right now on YouTube, then you are friends with Matt. There's a picture of me and it says comment your questions below and I will answer them in a video. But the video's only for members. Sucker!
Is it, Matt? Looks like it's for everyone now. Woohoo!
Everybody who's not a member's not gonna be able to see this, so we can say anything we want, can't we? Okay, so I'll answer the question.
Please do.
How do you keep the vision bigger than yourself, even on your hard days? That question is annoyingly accurate, if that makes sense at all. The vision is very hard to define right now because where the country is going is, I think we're being taken over by the Rothschilds family in Israel, or maybe we've already been taken over and it's just becoming like more and more apparent. And now the vision of my channel is honestly sometimes I imagining my...
So listen closely to what he says here. I don't know what to think about this. Like, what's going on?
And now the vision of my channel is honestly sometimes I imagining myself just selling out to Israel. To be like, okay, well, if the overlords are going to come in and they're going to take over everything and it's like either die or convert, I honestly might just...
I thought you were a Christian, Matt. In the Bible, does it say sell out so that you can protect your own ass? No, it doesn't. Fuck Israel. Have you ever heard of the Samson option? Their plan is, if they don't get what they want, they have hundreds, maybe thousands of nukes that they will launch all over the world and destroy the world, allegedly. Look it up, Samson option. That's who you're going to sell out and support? The people that might kill your neighbors, your friends?
Convert just so I can keep a job. And I wish I'd rather say that, oh, I'm going to fight for the truth no matter what, at any cost, but I'd probably sell out, to be honest with you. That's what I imagine.
So all of the bullshit that you go around preaching about honesty and transparency and I want a camera on me 24/7, well, I don't think that aligns with what you're saying here, Matt.
I don't know. Why do some people think Charlie is still alive? Faked his own death when the ones running TP are not upholding his own beliefs and stances? When the ones running TP USA are not upholding his own beliefs and stances. He cannot be alive while watching them destroy the foundation he built. So why do you think some people still think Charlie's alive? Dude, I think some people still think Charlie's alive because everything's fake and gay these days. I think people just can't handle what we can't. We're overwhelmed with the news now and the news being fake. Like we're getting a huge supply, overstimulus package of news just being dumped on us all the time. And then you find out that a lot of it's fake and gay.
So you just admitted that you want to sell out and perpetuate that fake and gay media.
Well, then it's hard. It becomes like fun to just point out everything's fake and gay because you don't know what to do with yourself. Because you're like, I'm getting so much news right now. What do I do with all this news? So I think that's why some people think Charlie's alive is because they just don't trust anyone. And I can't tell them not to. Because how do you trust anyone these days? I don't know. How do you trust me? I mean, I know me.
Well, we don't trust you, Matt. You basically just told us not to trust you. You said everything that you say on your channel is a lie because you're a sellout.
I'm in a situation right now, y'all, where my YouTube channel is actually possibly any day now just going to disappear completely. Whew. Members only. Sorry, you guys. Oh, sorry, guys. You're a real friend of Matt's. You get to hear the truth. The truth is, I am barely making it money-wise, and every day I'm scared that my YouTube channel could be shut down completely.
Perfect time to close up shop and go get help, don't you think, Matt?
Matt, any advice on how to get my foreskin back? The tiny hat stole it from me when I was a baby. I feel you, bro. I'm kind of mad. This is a serious issue. Jews are who taught everybody that you need to cut the skin off the penis. The problem is, for men, when you cut the skin off the penis, it actually takes away most of the pleasure sensors. So men are supposed to have a lot more pleasure while having sex than they even do now because we've been circumcised. There's like a whole skin that goes all the way around the penis that people don't know about. And nowadays, when we think of a penis, what we think of is not actually what a penis even looks like. That's not like you guys don't even know what a penis looks like because Jewish people taught us to cut the skin off. Now, what the Jews will tell you is, well, cutting the skin off saved the boys from a lot of diseases and like issues and germs and things were getting bad down there. But apparently, it's as simple as this. You don't need to cut the skin off your penis. All you have to do is wash it all the time and you won't get the diseases and stuff, but then you'll still have your body intact and you'll have a lot more pleasure. So it's kind of...
When did Matt become a medical professional? I mean, I don't disagree with what he's saying here. It's just, who's coming to Matt to learn about circumcision?
It's a serious issue. This person must probably joking, but maybe he's not joking. Maybe he understands the seriousness of that issue. A lot of guys now didn't have a choice or have a say in whether or not their penises would be circumcised. Like me, for example.
Okay, I'm a fair person, so I'm going to say I agree with him on this point. I don't understand why it's normal for the medical industry to mutilate people without their consent when they're babies, but the medical industry is a whole nother tangent I'm not going to get into right now.
I'm circumcised. I didn't get to have any say on that. And in a weird way, that kind of bothers me. Like, hey, if you gave me the choice whether or not you were going to cut off one of my body parts, I'd probably say no, to be honest. And yeah, thanks to the Jews, I was circumcised. What would you like most out of life?
So I'm a fair person, Matt. I'll give it to you when you're right. I agree with you on that point.
What would you like most out of life? I would like to get married and have kids, and I would like to raise those kids and have them grow up to be freedom fighters. Or also to not have to go through what I went through as a child. I grew up with an alcoholic dad, and my dad didn't become an alcoholic though until I was like 12 or like 10 maybe. So it was confusing because I grew up with like a really great dad who was like perfect in every way. I mean, he made a lot of money, spent a lot of time with his kids. He was a Christian. He really cared about us. He gave us everything we wanted and gave us a lot of love and affection and time and attention. And then he became an alcoholic, like while I was 10 or 11 or 12. And he completely changed. He became this like mean jerk, just totally different person. What do I want most out of life? I would like to have kids and I'd like to be sober their entire childhood. And then I also don't want to get divorced because my parents got divorced and that was really hard on me.
So Matt always talks about his desire to get sober, but he never takes the necessary steps. You know, he's been through addiction, I think most of his life, right? So at this point, he should know what you're supposed to do, and he's not doing it. Instead, he's making a bunch of excuses, a list of all the bullshit little things that aren't helping that he does do.
And I would love to have kids and then not be an alcoholic dad and then not get divorced. If that's possible and I can do it, then I'm going to. Next question. How did Charlie not know he was surrounded by people like this? I think a lot of us would be easily manipulated if there was an actual plot to manipulate us. Guys, y'all are so easily manipulatable, you just don't realize it.
So is he admitting here that he lied about his vision from God? That he isn't sorry to Erica Kirk and Victor Marks? Because that's what he keeps saying on his channel, but he's talking like he still believes what he used to believe.
Especially if people actually put a little effort into it. You know, when people say nice things to you, you feel a certain type of way and you get a vibe. And I think it's a lot easier to trick us and to get into our close quarters than we realize. Like, to me, it's not that surprising that Charlie was tricked, because honestly, when I used to drink myself, I was a little bit manipulative myself.
When you used to drink, Matt? Come on, dude. You said you've been drinking for the past 9 months. I don't see how you can quit alcohol and stream every day. That doesn't make any sense. When you quit alcohol, you get, like, dangerously ill, depending on how much you drank, but you could get the DTs and you can literally go into seizures and die. So that's why, one of the reasons why I keep saying you have to go through a certain channel to get sober, because you can't just quit. This is what people try and do. They try and, like, oh, I'm an alcoholic. Instead of just quitting, I'm going to try and just drink less and less every day until I'm not drinking at all. And it's not going to work. It doesn't work because you're not going to be able to control that.
And I would go fake things. I mean, I remember my cousin and I, when we were seniors in high school, we got drunk and we were out in Waco and we went to a college fraternity party as seniors in high school. We went to a college frat party and told all the girls there that we were freshmen in college at TCU. We just completely lied to them. And all the girls believed us. And I even fell in love with a girl that night, who unfortunately, because she's in Waco, she's at Baylor in Waco, and I'm from Dallas, Texas, which is like an hour and a half away. Unfortunately, she has a mom that is friends with my mom. So the next day, this girl wakes up, this is a true story, tells her mom, oh my gosh, I met a boy and I love him. He's amazing. He's perfect. His name is Matt and he's a freshman at TCU. And she said, what's his last name? The mom, Broderson. And her mom goes, Matt Broderson? That's weird, because I didn't use a fake name. I just used a fake identity. I just pretended to be from TCU as a freshman. Well, anyway, her mom goes, oh my gosh, no, that guy's not a freshman at TCU. He's a senior in high school. And the girl's like, no, he's a freshman at TCU. He told me. And the mom's like, yeah, he completely lied to you. This is so disturbing to tell you guys this, that I actually did that, like as a kid.
There's a lot more disturbing things that you've done, Matt, but I mean, this does just show a pattern of just lying constantly. I mean, I'm an addict and I lied to maintain my habit, you know, so people didn't find out, but I don't think I was on this level of lying.
I don't know, you're a teenager, you think it's funny to lie, that's understandable, I guess, but as an adult, lying is just so unacceptable. I mean, no, you don't lie as an adult. Anyway, the point is, I've realized in my own life experiences that it's pretty easy to trick people, unfortunately. Like the problem is, it's hard to become the kind of person that would want to trick people, because that you have to be so sinister, so evil. You have to go like so hardcore against all of your natural instincts that it's really hard to even become a trickster. And that's a good thing, because all the evil people, you know what that means? They're not just evil, they have...
If you're an addict, it's not hard to become a trickster. You have to become one, basically, because you can't go around being honest when you're doing illegal drugs, you know? You just can't. So you learn to lie, and some people get carried away with that. They think, oh my God, this is awesome. This is so cool. I could just manipulate people. I felt sick to my stomach lying. Every time I lied, I was just like, ugh, you piece of trash, lying right to that person's face. But I did it out of survival, because you could get arrested for telling the wrong person that you have drugs, you know? So you have to lie out of survival.
Works really hard at becoming evil. So you really can kind of, I don't want to say hate them, but you can demonize certain people because they had to work really hard to become that sinister. Do you believe him and Charlie and Erica?
He's talking about himself there too, guys. He's talking about himself being a liar, and he's talking about his disgust for himself.
Really have children? Do I think Charlie and Erica have children? I still think yes. I don't like believing that there's fake kids. Also, all the rumors, all the pictures and videos of the babies being different ages. Well, I'd tell you that babies age. So guess what? They grow up and... Oh.
Yeah, Matt, I'd like to see some of those videos that you made about all that stuff, but you took them down. Why?
Oh, they look this age and that picture and this picture and that picture. Babies don't age this quick and that...
Because what you're saying here, it sounds like you still agree with those old videos and everything you're saying now is a lie.
No, I don't think... I think all of that's kind of madness. What pisses me off, though, is that Erica Kirk was not photographed while pregnant. To me, it's very possible that she genuinely did not want to be photographed while pregnant, and what that actually highlights is an insanity on her part. Because all the other women in the world, all the other women that I've heard of or ever even...
See how he's calling Erica Kirk insane now? Why have you been apologizing to her for the past week or two?
No, all wanted to be photographed while pregnant. But Erica Kirk didn't want to be photographed while pregnant. That makes no sense. I mean, unless there's something wrong with you. Okay, you're an outlier. There's something wrong with Erica Kirk. That's why she didn't want to get photographed while pregnant. And so then it kind of all aligns with, so she's got the different kind of mind, the kind of mind that would be okay with someone killing her husband. Now it's all making sense to me. With all the evidence, I haven't seen any hardcore enough evidence to assume that Erica wasn't ever really pregnant. Sometimes I've acted like that's how I feel on my YouTube channel because it's fun to do that just to get people stoked. But in all honesty, I think she had the kids genuinely.
It's fun to do that to get people stoked. Bro, you buried your freaking channel. Everyone, you showed us the metrics, you're losing subscribers. How is this good for you? How is this a good thing? And I'm still confused. Was the vision from God real, or was he making that up, but then why is he talking now like he still supports his old videos that he took down? This is what makes me think he was threatened by someone, because if you know anything about Israel, they have a social media campaign. They have handlers that go out and watch out for people that speak out against the stuff that they're doing. I believe that. I don't have proof of that, okay? I mean, if you look into Israel and how they operate, then you have enough proof. But did he get assigned a handler that threatened him because he was digging too deep into shit they didn't want him talking about? Or did he just on his own relapse, and through the relapse it caused like a manic state that made him paranoid about the stuff that he was saying, that he will get someone to come after him? So did he do drugs and get into a spiral and start to get paranoid and actually believe that people are after him, because that happens, and then that freaked him out and he deleted everything? Or did someone actually send something to him, or like show up at his house or whatever,
Avoided cameras at all costs while pregnant, and there's something weird about that. Okay, Matt, why on earth, honey, did you shave your beard off? I don't usually care for them, but yours was very becoming. Here's my question. Wait, you just asked me a question. Why did I shave my beard off? I have this weird thing my sister makes fun of me for, where I'm always changing my look. I don't understand. Sometimes I like having a beard, sometimes I don't. I like having the ability to shave it off and let it grow sometimes. Like, I don't understand why you'd have to be the kind of person who always has a beard or doesn't always have a beard. Sometimes I have a beard, sometimes I don't. I like switching it up. I go through seasons or like patterns or something. Do you think Charlie is still alive? And if so, where would he be hiding? I do not think Charlie is still alive. Again, the only reason I think people think Charlie is still alive is because so much news is fake these days that they just kind of assume everything must be fake. I think Charlie is definitely dead. And I don't think Charlie was in on it. I think Charlie accidentally kind of got swept up into Zionism. And then I think Zionism killed him because he got too far up in Zionism. No.
Then why are you supporting Zionism right now, Matt? Why do you keep pumping out these shorts and all this weird pro-Israel bullshit?
Knowing too much before realizing he did.
You do know what genocide means, right? You do know what Israel is doing, right? They have a website called Archive Genocide. Thousands and thousands of pages of its graphic footage from the war. I looked at it one time and I was like, that's enough. I already understand what's going on. But people that don't understand, thousands and thousands and thousands of children that have been killed or have lost their parents or have been injured or in the hospital. Tons of families, and you couldn't even imagine in your mind, you wouldn't be able to picture the amount of families that are being destroyed by what you're supporting or pretending to support. Either way, it's disgusting behavior.
Want to be a part of it, and I think
someone that's not aware of your backstory doesn't understand and might actually latch on to what you're saying with this pro-Israel crap.
There's like a point where you cross a line and then you die, essentially. All right, channel members, thank you so much for becoming a member of the Friends with Matt YouTube channel. Do you think Charlie is still alive? And if so, where would he be hiding? I do not think Charlie Zionism, knowing too much before realizing he didn't want to be a part of it. And I think there's like a point where you cross a line and then you die, essentially. All right, channel members, thank you so much for becoming a member of the...
Okay, so he was just talking about how Charlie Kirk passed the point and then he died. So did he... I think Matt's thinking about that for himself too.
Friends with Matt YouTube channel. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video that I did. Please give me feedback or responses on whether you like this and want more of it. Also, I would appreciate if the stuff that gets said in these members only videos doesn't get talked about outside of the membership. That would be kind of cool.
Uh-oh.
Because we could have like a secret inner circle, I guess. It's not that I want to hide opinions, but sometimes I like to exaggerate my opinions for my YouTube channel just to get some views and algorithm magic going. But
that doesn't make sense. His views, everything's dropping off a cliff because of all this new stance he has.
In my members only videos, I will not exaggerate at all. I'll try to be just as distinct, blunt, plain and simple as possible. But when it comes to my YouTube live streams,
yeah, wipe all the sweat off your forehead.
YouTube videos,
sweating out all those toxins from all the shit you've been taking.
I'm definitely gonna play things up a bit because I want to get the views. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for being a member of this channel. I hope you like this video. And if you do, let me know, so I'll keep making more. If you like this video, I'll keep making more if you tell me. Because I am a people pleaser. That is one of the things I struggle with. And I love people pleasing. And if you're a person, then I want to please you.
Or a child.
Okay, that sounds inappropriate. If you're watching this members only video, then you are Friends with Matt. We might need a special way to do this. If you're watching this members only video, then you are in Matt's inner circle. Boom. Oh, that's it. Okay.
Looks like we're all in the inner circle.
Every member's video will now end with that.
So yeah, that's it. He was a lot more honest and more of like kind of how he used to be in that, except for obviously on something or still he's slurring a little bit and all that stuff. So he did just recently post how he is 1 day sober. You know, every other day he posts how he's barely sober without getting any time under his belt first. So let's go to that post real quick and look at that. So here's the post, his sobriety post, and this has got me confused because he obviously avoids the drugs that he is taking, in my opinion. No more THC and no more trazodone, which is it's a non-narcotic prescription. It's not a narcotic. So why is he throwing away all of his obviously prescribed medications and not mentioning things like speed, opiates, alcohol, or benzos, which in my opinion he very obviously has been on at least a couple of these lately. So he is telling us he's doing this big sobriety thing by getting off of his prescribed medications. I don't know if that's what you thought we wanted you to do, Matt. We don't care about your prescribed medications that are non-narcotic. We care about the giant pupils which are coming from some kind of stimulant, the slurring, which is probably alcohol or opiate related, because you definitely seem to have signs of those. Probably, maybe some Xanax too, slurring, I'm not sure. But this right here is so confusing to me. We don't care about your doctor prescribed medications. We care about the drugs and alcohol that you're doing. So did you quit those, or are you just sober from your medications, which you probably need? And then here, taking the whole day off to work on myself. Day 2 of sobriety. I've had nothing so far today of any kind. Feel free to ask me what drugs I'm on all day, every day from now on. Starting yesterday, the answer is 0. I don't believe you, Matt. You've said this before. You said you were 9 days sober and you were fucking not 1 day sober. Like last week, you said you're 9 days sober. You're full of shit, dude. I really hope this is true, but either way, it's not what we want. We need you to get the fuck out of that sober living house and go get your ass in somewhere where you can get professional help. Doctors. You understand? Not, oh, go ahead, buddy, you've been accused of pedophilia and all that shit. Or not accused, you've admitted to having pedophilic thoughts, especially while you're under the influence. But let's just put our trust in you. We trust you, Matt. I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own. You haven't done that yet in your life, but I'm sure this time you'll figure it out on your own and we should just back off and not worry. No, we are worried. You need to get your ass in somewhere. We don't fucking care if you dry yourself out for a couple days. That makes no fucking difference to us. You need to get in somewhere with professional help. That's all I got for this one, guys. If you were watching this video, then you are exposing Matt. Thank you.